All right, so you're saying, hey Ian, you got me hyped, super hyped. I'm definitely down to invest some money on cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, what have you. Where do I start? How do I start? So the first step to start, especially if you're a beginner, is a site called Coinbase. This makes it very, very easy for anybody out there to buy and sell cryptocurrencies. This is meant for beginners, right? So if you go to coinbase.com and create an account, you can verify your account, tie it up, link it up to your bank account, and buy money and buy crypto and buy basically Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Those are the three currencies they have on there, right? The three cryptocurrencies they have. You can purchase them either with your debit card and tied to your bank account, or a credit card even, right? But one thing about Coinbase though is it has higher transaction fees than normal Bitcoin or cryptocurrency sites because it's meant for newbies. But with that being said, though, it's very, very user-friendly. It's how I began my journey in cryptocurrencies, and it's a great place to start. Now, one thing to note is if you actually go on my website and sign up using my link, right, you and I will both get $10 worth of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies in terms of Bitcoin, Litecoin, what have you, to invest if you invest $100. Right, so let me say that again. So if you want to start and you want to put $100 into it, Coinbase, as a way to kind of entice you to kind of learn the system and get more involved, they'll give you $10 as well. But to do that, you have to sign up using my affiliate link, right? So if you sign up using my link, my affiliate link, you and I both get $10. What a deal, right? All right, so let's say you're really a beginner, maybe you've done investing before, and you don't want something that's super easy. Maybe you want to day trade, for example, right? Two good platforms for day trading are GDAX, which is an exchange owned by Coinbase. It's kind of for more advanced people, and also Gemini. These two are basically exchanges that let you day trade cryptocurrencies, and mainly just the popular ones like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Right? So if you want to day trade, you can use those platforms. They're better than Coinbase in the sense that you have a lot more control. You can do things such as stop limit orders. They also have fewer transaction fees, much lower transaction fees, right? But it's kind of more complex, right? You have to have some kind of experience investing. So I would recommend using something like Coinbase to start. Use that as training wheels, then go on GDAX or Gemini and use that as a way to kind of, once you've mastered or gotten the handle on things, to start doing a lot more complicated things, more complex things. Now, so we've talked about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the main two currencies out there, the two main cryptocurrencies. But there are over 100 cryptocurrencies out there, over 100. And new currencies are coming up every single day. And actually, I think it's a lot more profitable to find these smaller currencies because they have a lot more growth potential. Because Bitcoin has gone from being worth pennies to being worth $1,200. So in terms of growth potential, it could go to $2,000, it could go to $10,000, even $5,000, but it's going to get there a lot slower than these currencies right now that are in the pennies on the dollar, right? So think of altcoins, alternative coins, as similar to trading penny stocks, right? So for those who have done investing before, penny stocks are basically stocks worth under a dollar or so, right? Almost pennies that you can buy very, very cheap. And if they go up, they can double just like that. Right? So for example, recently, I doubled my money with Ripple, which is a cryptocurrency as well, but this is used more for banking, right? Because it was worth it was worth in the pennies on the dollar, right? And when they go up 2 pennies, maybe if it's 50 cents, it goes to $1, you can double your money like that, right? So in general, if you want to trade altcoins, the exchange I use is called Poloniex. Don't know how to say it, don't know how to pronounce it. I just call it Polo for short, right? But if you go to Poloniex, right? They have tons and tons of cryptocurrencies out there, right? Tons of them, right? From Stratus to Ripple to Decred, right? Almost not every currency, but the popular ones out there that you want to invest in and leverage and make profit on are available on Polo, right? As opposed to going to Coinbase, GDAX, and Gemini, because they only cater to the top 3 currencies, top 3 cryptocurrencies. Everything else, the altcoins, I would go to Polo and find them there, right? But one thing to notice, Polo won't let you buy anything with fiat money, right? So you can't buy with dollars. It's only an exchange. You can only exchange money. And their standard universal currency is Bitcoin. So what I do is I buy my money, I get my bank account and buy Bitcoin or Ethereum, but generally Bitcoin because it's a lot easier to work with. I buy Bitcoin on GDAX, then I transfer that to my Bitcoin wallet on Polo, and I use that to trade and make day trades and moving in and out of different currencies. Then once you're done, you cash out from that currency, converting back to Bitcoin. Then from Bitcoin, you send that Bitcoin back to GDAX and you cash out, right? So it's kind of complex. It's kind of a roundabout way of doing things. It definitely adds a barrier of entry, but that barrier of entry makes it a lot profitable to make money because not everybody's making money with it, right? But sometimes you don't even have to cash out, right? So for example, recently I sold a portion of my investment to transfer that money to an offshore bookie, so I could gamble on March Madness with Bitcoin, right? And the casino, the online bookie, accepts Bitcoin, which was pretty cool, right? Because it was a lot faster to send my Bitcoin from Polo or GDAX as opposed to calling them or tying my credit card to that, right? It kind of makes it fluid, and it's kind of anonymous. I say that because all these exchanges nowadays force you to verify your account, your information in terms of your bank account, your ID, where you live, all that, right? So it's not truly anonymous. But if you're dealing with just anybody out there, peer-to-peer, you can be anonymous because that's what cryptocurrencies let you achieve. All right, so I gave you guys a lot of game. If you want to do any further study or research on cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins, a good place to start that I recommend is to check out a book called Digital Gold. This is one of the best books I've read on Bitcoin, and it basically walks you through the starting of Bitcoin from the founder, right, in Japan, all the way through the history of the major key players in the history of Bitcoin and how it grew. And also it shares a story and talks about how people became millionaires with Bitcoin, right? So it's a very, very great story. Check out the book, Digital Gold. I have the link available on my website, and I also put it in the video as well. All right, I've given you guys a lot of game. A ton of game, right? And you guys I showed you how it's possible to go out there and possibly become a millionaire, right? Just to kind of be candid with you guys, I myself right now have about $10,500 invested in cryptocurrencies, right? And I began investing around end of November, early December or so. And I didn't start early. I didn't just go out there and put in 10 grand, right? I began small. So I first began things off with $100 in Bitcoin and $100 in Ethereum. So I took a flyer on it. I was like, here, you know what? Let me just throw $200 at it and see what happens. And I noticed, hey, I'm up about 25% in a month. Not bad, right? So I put about $250 more each in both Ethereum and Bitcoin again to see how things were going. Then I noticed, I was like, hey, you know what? I just doubled my money because Ethereum went from $10 to $20 in about 2 months. I'm like, not bad, right? Then once I saw Ethereum was taking off, I came back, put in $2,500 in Ethereum and $2,500 in Bitcoin. And Ethereum doubled in about a month and a half. My $2,500 went from being worth $2,500 to over $5 grand, to a point I actually sold that off at about $5,500. So I more than doubled my money in about a month and a half. Then from there, after I kind of learned the ropes, I then moved my money from GDAX to Polo, because with Polo I could do a lot more day trading, a lot more trading with altcoins, right? So right now my portfolio, because I don't want to seem like I'm making money like that, right? Because I ain't got it like that, but the potential is there, right? Because my initial investment of $10,500 is now worth about $13,000, give or take, right? Some profits, some losses, right? But that's been in about 3 months or so it's not bad, right? But right now, the last couple months, growth has slowed down, mainly being because Bitcoin is going through a major scalability issue, right? I don't know if you guys have heard about this, right? You can do your own research on this. is too in-depth for this video because this is meant for beginners. But Bitcoin is thinking about doing a split, right? Basically splitting the currency and doing a hard fork, right? Something called SegWit and Bitcoin Unlimited, right? So once this whole debate has been resolved, then Bitcoin, I think, is going to take off and continue to take off. Because right now it's been kind of stagnant, right? So with that being said, though, I've given you guys a lot of game. Go out there and check it out. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be dropping an in-depth in-depth blog post on my website explaining a lot more about how to possibly become a millionaire with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general. With that being said, though, I am definitely not a financial advisor, right? This is not financial advice. This is infotainment. Invest at your own risk, at your own peril. But with that being said, though, let's get this money.